I'm Ken Guzzo.
I'm Shelley Stockwell Nicholas.
And here's another International Hypnosis Federation
HYP-TALK.
I like that one a lot.
I like that too.
Even this part. We
Yeah.
should leave it in.
Everybody, are you happy?
Yes.
Does your face know it?
Yes.
Everybody smile really big. Smile on each other. Smile on somebody. Go on, smile all over somebody. Now laugh on somebody. Laugh all over. Stand up, please. Be a tree. Stand firmly on the earth. Don't float off like some of those drawings. Let your feet kiss the earth. Let the earth kiss your feet. Thank you, Mother. Make your spine nice and straight. Let your fingers tickle the feet of God or Goddess or all that is. Now we're going to do a sacred mantra. I'm going to say this mantra very loudly. Padman was teaching us a mantra this morning. Well, it's a new mantra. The mantra is very important, very sacred. It reminds you not to have seriosity. Hands above your head, please. Be the tree. And the mantra very loudly, please. Good job. The funnier it gets, the funnier it gets. Your cells remember what your logic forgets. To laugh is to live from the inside out. And that's what ecstasy is all about. You are the light. You are the laughter. And that's how you get to, in the words of Peter, happily ever after. Please sit down. I wanted to talk today about joy therapy. Joy therapy. It's something I'm writing a book about. I've been using in my practices for many years. And it's quite an effective tool. I thought we'd play with it for a little bit and then do a little laughing yoga. So, how many of you have had a client who's come into your office? Let me get a chair up here. There's a chair. They come into your office and they're kind of like this. And you say to them, what do you want? And they say something like, I want to be happy. I remember I did that once to my friend Dennis, and he turned to me and he said, well, if you want to be happy, be happy. Of course, I wanted to deck him on the spot. But I remember thinking, if I want to be happy, be happy. So when you have somebody like this, you can use this powerful tool. It goes something like this. You want to be happy? We're going to do a completely ridiculous exercise. It's very incongruous, and I hope you enjoy it because it's going to change everything for you. And you'll leave here feeling exactly the way you'd like to feel. And what would that be? I'd like to be happy. That's right. So if you were to leave here today being happy, this is the way you'll get there. And as a matter of fact, if you do this simple thing, from now on, for the rest of your life, you will be happy. Bull. Everybody think of something outstandingly miserable. Think of some story that you've told your whole life about how your mom didn't want you, how your dad hit you, how you broke your arm when you fell out of the bus. I don't know, just think of something miserable. Everybody thinking of something miserable? So is this guy over here. Now, play it with 4-part harmony with violins. Bring in the lighting crew and all the sound effects and the visual effects so that you can relive it in full-blown living color. Everybody got it? Are you miserable? Yeah. Yeah, and if you were to tell your neighbor this story, it would be embellished, wouldn't it? You would tell him all the great details of your tragedy. Got it? Notice on a scale of 1 to 10 how good you feel. 10 you feel terrific, and 1 you feel like bleh. What numbers are you? Just notice. Okay? Good. Take a deep breath, please. And out. Think of the same story from beginning to end, only this time we're going to do something incongruous. While you tell yourself the story in full living color, you are to laugh out loud. Are you ready? Begin the story in your head and laugh out loud. Really, really loud. My brother sued me. My mother dropped dead suddenly. I fell under the bus. Take a deep breath. What number are you now? Or are you perfect? Perfect. So's he. Or she. I wrote a poem. It's called Free. It's the name of the poem. Free. And the poem is No Charge. Free, no charge. You see, when you laugh or smile, you literally rewire your brain. Now, there's been studies done on this. And you send a cascade of endorphins or enkephalins through your central nervous system whenever you smile, and particularly when you laugh. And if you do that, at the same time trying to be outstandingly miserable, the laughter will cancel it out. It just has to work that way. Why? We don't exactly know, but we know it's true. Everybody take out some money. Take out some money. If you don't have any money, take some money from your neighbor. Oh, any money will do, but the bigger the amount, probably the better it will be. Oh, Kenny, what do you have there?
This will be worth a couple hundred tomorrow.
Okay, look at your money. Now, if you think it's the last money you'll ever get, lots of lack. If you think that's the last money you'll ever get, lots of lack. But if you change your attitude about the money, you'll have lots of luck. So look at your money very carefully and laugh at it. This is money! This is just a piece of paper! Throw it in the air, it's just money! Let it stay there, Duncan. Be brave, young man. Laugh at it over there, Duncan.
It came back.
Take a deep breath. That's called harmony. 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 Laugh at your money. You can pick it up now, Duncan, if you want. It almost doesn't matter what the issue is if you force a laugh upon it. When I am the most upset, I make myself smile. So here's a technique that I've taught my clients for many years, and it goes like this. I'm feeling terrible, and I say to myself, Shelley, how are you feeling? And I answer myself, I'm feeling terrible. And then I ask myself, question number 2, Shelley, how would you rather be feeling? And I answer myself, well, I'd rather feel good. And then I ask myself, and then what could you do right now to feel the way you'd rather feel? And I answer, I could smile. Well, go ahead and do it. I don't want to do it anyway. Shut up and smile. Okay. I could laugh. Okay, shut up and laugh. Whoa! Gone, my headache's gone. I feel great and Addison doesn't upset my stomach. It's the simplest tool in the entire world. Now you can kick this same exercise up a notch if you want to. Depends on where you are. The first time I really used this tool, I was speaking in Orange County, and somebody gave me a cup of Brazilian coffee. Anybody ever had Brazilian coffee? Well, it just fries your brain out or something. I don't know what happened, but I was driving home and suddenly I found myself crying hysterically on the 405, just wailing. How are you feeling right now? I feel terrible. Well, what would you want to do about it? You smile. Well, what could you do now? You could laugh. And then I noticed people in the other cars looking at me. And then I thought that was pretty funny. And then I drove home thinking, hey, this stuff works. But this is how I kicked it up a notch. I was in Hawaii. I brought a wonderful group of like 25, 30 people. It was called Enjoy Maui in July. And it was a joy seminar, a wonderful journey to Maui. And the 25 of us were trekking into the crater of Haleakala, where we were going to spend the night in this beautiful place that's like a big cabin where you sleep in, you know, rows and rows and rows of bunk beds, kind of like being in the military or something. And so we were going to camp out in this great place in the middle of the crater, and we had hiked all day and we were tired. But we got there and we were right there and we were going to have this wonderful ceremony. How many of you like ceremonies? Oh, this was going to be spiritual. And I started channeling for everybody, and everybody was really liking it a lot. And I was channeling and feeling pretty good. But then I channeled this weird entity. And I will tell you, for any of you, how many of you are channels here? Well, that's a dead entity job. And I will tell you that when you're a channel, sometimes the guide that comes through can be exhausting unless you make a deal with them. And I had an exhausting channel who came through, and his name is Gurlane. He's from another planet, and he's weird. And he decided he was going to download my brain into everyone's brain. And so everybody came and put their forehead by my forehead, and I had downloaded all my data, which was quite an interesting experience at the time, but afterwards I was quite tired. And I had no brain anymore. 25 downloads, and now it was evening time. And everything was going well, and my sweet husband John was there. And I said to John, John, I'm feeling really tired, and my hand is hurting me, my left hand, and would you be kind enough to rub my hand for me? He said, sure, honey, and he started massaging my hand. But at that moment, our dear friend Pam, a beautiful redhead from New Zealand, she walked by. And he threw my hand down and he said, Pam, I want to talk to you. And he marched right out the door with Pam. Now, I'm the leader of a joy seminar. And I'm ready to wring his neck. He's leaving the building right now. I can see him right now. He's leaving the building. And so, I did what any red-blooded American would do in that situation. I ran away. I picked up my sleeping bag, and I ran out the door, and I went and hid behind a bush. Damned if I'm going to sleep in this cabin with John there, and Pam. So I'm sitting behind the bush throwing a complete silent tantrum because I'm the leader of the Joy Seminar. And as luck would have it, Pam and John decided to sit in front of the bush. I had many options at that moment. I could have said, I'm behind the bush here. I did not. I got very quiet, strained my ears to hear the conversation. I was telling Pam, Shelley and I, we haven't been getting along well lately, and I'm really kind of concerned about that. I'm going to be visiting New Zealand soon, and I'll be seeing you there, and we're good friends, and I really need somebody to talk to. I really love Shelley, but she's really a pain. I really, well, I'm getting more and more upset. Do I say anything? No. They finally leave. They're friendly, they're nice. They walk in the cabin. And I throw a full-fledged 100% tantrum. But I did it quietly because I'm the leader of the Joy Seminar. And I am now wailing a primal wail, the kind of wail, not the dolphin wail kind of thing, the kind of wail that starts at the tips of your toes and runs up to the follicles of your hair. And I am absolutely beside myself with upset. And I hear this voice in my head saying, how you feeling right now? I feel terrible. How would you rather be feeling? Well, I'd like to feel good. Well, what could you do right now to feel good? And there was no answer. So this is when I learned the next step, how to kick it up a notch. I asked an important question. I said, Shelley, how old are you? And a little voice came out from me and said, I just got born. I was just born. I was just born. And my entire birth experience came forward. My real birth experience. There was my mother, drugged out of her mind, screaming, it must be a girl, it must be a girl, it must be a girl, it must be a girl. And I too was drugged out of my mind because that's what happens when the woman takes drugs and the baby takes the drugs too. And I couldn't move and I couldn't speak. The doctor said, "Stop screaming, Irma, you've got your girl," but she didn't stop screaming. And so a red-haired nurse came over to me. I call her Joanne. And she picked me up. The doctor looked at me with pity in his eyes like, "You poor baby, you got that mother." But Joanne loved me, and she held me, and she looked at me with full love in her eyes. She had a funny mask on. And then she put some crap in my eyes and I couldn't see anymore. I guess it was some kind of silver something. And then she went and put me in a box. But I loved her. And then my dad walked in. Oh, good. I hear my dad. I hear his voice. I can't wait. I'm going to meet my dad. My mom doesn't want me right now, but my dad wants me. And my dad was on his way to see me, except he stopped to flirt with a red-haired nurse. "Hi, honey, darling, sweet one," whatever he was saying. And I was in that box. And I was crying my heart out without sound because I was a drugged baby. And I just thought, I want my mommy, and I want my daddy, and I love Joanne. I stayed behind that bush all night. And I cried, and I remembered, and I unfurled all the knots and all the challenges of my life, realizing that that was a very primal imprint. And I was lucky enough to have my husband flirt with a red-haired friend. And then finally I got the courage up to say, "You could smile again," and I did. And then I said, "Little girl, what is it you want?" And the little girl said, "I want to be held." And so I picked her up and I held her the rest of the night. And I said, "I love you so much, little Shelley. And you're just perfect, just the way you are. And they're just big and they're on their own movie, but you're going to be fine." And I rocked her all night long and I smiled on her all night long. I didn't get a wink of sleep. I hecked out of that crater a new person. So I'm teaching you a technique. It will change your life. It's so powerful, it's ridiculous. The baby version is smile on yourself. Laugh on yourself. The better version is how old are you? And what do you need right now? And give it to yourself. Then go ahead and smile. And then go ahead and chuckle a little because it's all a divine joke. Take a deep breath. Let it out. What are the vowels, please? A. And sometimes Y. Let's start with A. Take a deep breath. Stand up. Be the tree. Do your mantra. I have a gift. The funnier it gets, the funnier it gets. Your cells remember what your logic forgets. To laugh is to live. From the inside out. And that's what ecstasy is all about. I am the love. I am the laughter. And I'm certainly getting to happily ever after. Yes! 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 Go have a break, go have some fun. Tonight's going to be a blast. You have so much waiting for you tonight. And board members, please come up here and join me. Thanks for being here.